Yes.
that had a lot of our schools had a score of over 70, and it is understood that there are some things that you're going to need support for in order to make improvements, like fire proof file cabinets. Okay, so we realize that, and what's going to happen so that y'all know. Everybody, I don't want to say in here this later. Next thing that's going to happen is associate superintendents and senior leadership have already received a comprehensive report for all schools. The next steps that are going to happen is some of the schools are going to receive additional support, and the associate superintendents are going to have a message and conversation with your principals.
As a matter of fact, one of our schools that's sitting here today, while they've been sitting in the room, got a text message, I believe, I can't remember which school it was, that said that they got 5 brand new fireproof file cabinets because of their assessment. So if you know, it's coming, just...
That made my score go down because I didn't have the fireproof. But hey, I got them now.
Okay. And so that's why I'm saying this was not an audit. An assessment was to look at what the state was and figure out what we needed to do to make sure to support that's necessary. And guys, why should it be that we're one area that doesn't have standards? Shouldn't we have standards? Shouldn't it be that I go, we should
Some schools I did right there.
we go to one school and it's done one way and go
You had somebody that had been the same person.
that system is something that we are seeking to evolve in ADS so that we have standards. I know I'm well over time. So you'll be good with it. Okay.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. I know you're tired. I know you're ready to go. But I know, and I don't plan to go through this manual. Y'all know that, unless I do know that there are some new people in the room. So before I start on this manual, I want to start on one of the basic things that happen when you enroll a student in your school and you've already decided to enroll them. Now, before I get started, this form right here, transmittal form. And I really want to start with this before I even go to the manual, because last time we talked a lot about what's in the manual, but we didn't really get a chance to talk about what's the issue with these. And so I want to start with that. This form is a carbon copy form. Now, some of you all, our ladies are going to come around, and they're going to give you, some of you, and they'll explain to you why in just a moment you're getting the things that you're getting. But the forms, these extra forms, I do have a few of these left. I will tell you that if you get these right here, the only difference in this form right here and the new ones is that the fax number on the bottom of this is wrong. Everything else is correct, so you'll need to adjust it if you need to fax something to our office, okay? But this is for people who have nothing. You're having a hard time ordering your own supplies, and we just decided to kind of give you something to help so you can get things out and about. But one of the things I want to talk about on this form is that many times you get a transmittal form like this and it's half filled out. Charter schools, are you guys aware of this form? Okay. Charter schools, elementary schools, middle schools, high schools should all use this form for one student. Now, the problem we've been having is that if you've got 10 students, instead of you typing it on the extended form that is included in the manual, that should be used for more than 2, thank you, which looks like this. And we've sent it to you, and let me help you out. We've sent this form to everyone. We're going to send it again. But we need you to not write. We need you to type. Let me explain to you why. I have had to send, and the clerks, not me, but the clerk assigned to you, you get your form back. And the high schools know because they just finished with their record pickup. Your forms had to come back to you. So I'm giving you a fair warning, elementary and middle schools. If you send this form, this extended form, handwritten, your box and your form are going to come back to you, and you're going to be holding on to those folders and you're going to be in a situation where you're backed up again. Now, I think when I came through a lot of schools, I helped you clear out as many boxes as possible. I took boxes throughout the year, last year, so that you didn't have to be backed up. There is no reason for any school at this point. If you are, we need to have a discussion after this. If you still have boxes, mounds of outdated files, or someone found files at the last minute, like I had a school to say, this person left, and we opened the file cabinet and we saw some stuff from 1960. I'm telling you, I have gone in some schools and there were records from 2000 still sitting in the school. So don't think it doesn't happen. It does. I need for you to go through the records that are sitting in your school, charter schools. I know they may take the truck, not that often comes, but if you've got records that are sitting, because what happens is if a kid goes to a charter school and you send them back to a regular school, they're waiting on the record from the charter school. I need you to send the record once the student is gone and you see them at Infinite Campus. If you see them enroll, I need for you to send the record to the school, whether it's a charter, a high school, middle school, or elementary. It is important that that folder leaves you. This form has to be completed for single students only. If you got 20 students that you know that you need a record for, or that you're sending a record for, don't send the clerks 20 forms, because I'm going to tell the clerk to send you back all 20 forms and send you the digital version of this. Because what you're doing is you're causing them additional work. As you can see, our manpower. I can't have that. You've got to follow the directions of using this form. And it's actually easier because you don't have to go from square to square. You just keep typing as long as you do it in alpha order, and we'll send you whatever record you request. Again, one student, more than one. Yes.
So when we use more than one, if they're at different schools, is that okay to send you
Yes.
records that have requests for Brown or?
First of all, you should never send, if you're trying to get a record from another school, we don't need it. You need to send it directly to that school.
I'm saying on this list, like in the beginning of the year, it may be several kids from different places, so.
You wouldn't be sending it to us because you would be sending it to those several places.
No, that's
If
not
the
what I'm
student
saying.
would, if you're saying, let me say it this way,
Okay.
and hopefully I'll catch it. If I don't, let me know. If you have a student, because you're in middle school, if you have a student, you're at Sylvan. You got a student coming from Brown, and you got a student coming from King. You need to send a form to King and send a student to Brown. But if the student withdrew from King or Brown right before the end of the year and the records came to us, you're going to send one form and just put the last school attended, because it'll ask you, what is the last school the student attended? Just list it on there, or the date, the student's information, and we'll send the file.
No,
We'll locate it if we have it.
So I should only put those students whose records are in the record center on this form. Like I just do kids as they come in. So you might have a request from Brown on there. I highlight that it's, you know what I mean? Is that not correct?
So
Or
if
should
you
I-
waited, so let me say this to you.
Like, especially
If you're
beginning of the year,
saying,
not now.
if you're saying, I got a student walked in the door and it's only one student, and I go ahead and send it, maybe 2 days later, another student from another school comes in, and I send the record center, I can understand that, because you had no idea that the student 2 days later was getting ready to enroll. So I have an understanding that you may send back to back like that, but if you send me in an envelope, 10 different, send the clerk, 10 different one of these, that's what's happening. We're getting 10 of these in a folder for a mixture of schools, and that's too many. I only need, if you send 2 of these in an envelope, I'm going to expect that it should have been on this form. That's what I'm saying to you.
And you want us to type?
Yes. You won't Let me explain to you. I got you. Let me explain to you why. Y'all know I have to ladies, y'all give me a laugh every day. But I'm gonna tell you all, what you don't understand is that it doesn't just, I hope you all don't think, you all know we have millions.
Yes.
And when I say millions of records, millions, there's no way we can house them in our office. When your boxes come to our office, the clerks go through this one clerk that's assigned to you has to go through every one of those files one by one and make sure everything that you said was on this sheet is actually in the box. And then that form that you typed up or you thought you wrote up that somebody can actually read, because some of y'all write in another language, that I'm just being honest, everybody can't read writing. That's why I'm not trying to throw shade, but I'm just being honest. Some people try to write in cursive because they're trying to get it done. And then our mountain says, what is this? And then when you wonder why we got more than one folder, duplicate files, and we can't find your file, it's because the other person that's probably either from somewhere else who can't read your writing has typed it wrong, has written it wrong, because they can't understand your writing. So they have to have it typed. They need to be able to read if there are accents in these kids' names. If you leave out a letter, the way you put it on the form, that's the way they're going to put it in the system.
You talking about like I would request some records, AP student records request. You want that chocolate?
Yes. I can't hear you. If you are sending this form, I can't. If you are sending this form, yes, you may write this form and send it to another school. If you are sending this from your school and you need 3 files, let's say from Douglas High School, yes, you may write it on the form. But if you send it to the record center and it's getting ready to be housed, stored, sent away, typed,